Alright, we are back with a standard brew. We have updates just before rotation for Mardu 8-Bob Aggro. The core of the deck, I think, is a great strategy. We have Dark Confidant, gets you cards. Also beats for 2. Dark Star Augur flies, creates offspring, and also attacks while gets you more cards. And we also, while we're losing life, we want to gain it back, so we can do that with some removal spells. Heart Flame Duelist is a removal spell, also damages your opponent. It also gives all your instants and sorceries lifelink. It also attacks for 3. It also makes your Lightning Helix gain you 6 life back. Also damages your opponents. You also have the Flexible Burst Lightning, early removal, or late removal, or removal for a big creature. We also have Iridescent Vine Lasher. Offspring also makes your lands into damage. We also have Reluctant Role Model, a 2/2 bear, but it can get bigger, get lifelink or flying, and then grant counters from your other creatures when they die to other creatures. Also, we have the Restless Bivouac, another way to put counters on your creatures. We also have our other removal spell, Get Lost, deals with creatures, enchantments, and planeswalkers. We also have, for card draw, we have Lauren of the Third Path, also really good with enchantment and artifact removal in the main. Then lastly, we have for card draw the Tersa Light Shatter, 3/3 haste, and then you can randomly get a random card cast from your graveyard if there's enough cards in your graveyard. We're also rocking the Singleton Inevitable Defeat for now, a way to just exile a permanent and then drain for 3 as well. So this deck has evolved quite a bit since the last version, and with a large card pool in standard, there's a lot of 2-drops, 3-drops, and 4-drops and removal spells to choose from, but again, the base of the deck is Dark Confidant, Darksteel Augur, don't care about your life, draw removal, and cheap efficient creatures until you win. The spine of the mana base, we have our Singleton basics. We have, again, the man lands. We have 3 Bivouac, 3 Vents. Since they come into play tapped and we're an aggressive deck, we don't want to max those out. For that same reason, we have 3 Caves of Koilos and 1 Concealed Courtyard. Then we have 3 Inspiring Vantage, maxing out on the starting town since we're a 3-color deck. And 3 again on the Black Cleave Cliffs because we want to balance things coming into play untapped early, but also coming into play untapped late. So there you have the 8-Bob Aggro, my favorite deck of all time. Let's take a look at the sideboard. Currently we're rocking Rest in Peace because there's a lot of graveyard strategy decks, so 3 of those makes graveyard decks sad if they can't deal with it. We have Boros Charm for the control matchup, since it will give you extra reach of 4 damage, hit planeswalkers, can give a creature double strike, or it can make your permanents indestructible in response to a Day of Judgment. Or a Split Up. We're trying the Unstoppable Slasher in the mid-range matchup, very good so far in matchups that are grindy and have a lot of creatures on the battlefield. Since this is difficult to get rid of, it also has Death Touch, so it'll likely kill somebody or their creatures multiple times unless it's dealt with promptly. We have 1 Exorcise, because Exorcise is good for you. We want to exile artifacts, enchantments, or a big creature. We also are upgrading our duress to a Cruel Claws Heist, which is seeming to be the strategy of many decks because there's a lot of good things in standard. So likely you'll either exile a card that they have, or you can exile a card and cast it yourself, perhaps a win condition. I will be sad to see Brotherhood's End go because we're seeing a lot of repurposing base, simulacrum synthesizer decks hanging out in the format, and so this is a great way to just blow up all their good stuff. Also useful modal spell, so you can deal 3 damage to each creature. So if you're on the draw, you might want to board these in against an aggressive deck, wipe their board, then play your creatures. Also, fun note, since the Heartflame Duelist gives your spells lifelink, you can stand to gain a heck of a lot of life with the damage mode of Brotherhood's End. And then lastly, we have Screaming Nemesis for extra hasty damage or blocking big creatures that are coming at you. Not rocket science here. Maybe it should be in the main, but I like Tursa Light Shatter to draw you cards and filter through your deck. So there you have it, Mardu 8-Bob Aggro. This current build pretty much survives the rotation except for Loran, which will be sorely missed, and Brotherhood's End, but who knows what will be printed in the newer set. Also, the mana base will cycle, but we still have access to our starting town, the Restless Manlands, and I believe there might be some really decent lands that have been spoiled. Spoiler alert. So there you have it. Play Mardu 8-Bob. Don't care about your life, just draw cards until you win. Thank you and have a good day.